Hey guys, welcome back to Nothing But Footy. We were recording the podcast, so we realised it went for about 2 hours, so we're cutting them into two. Enjoy.
I didn't really watch this game. I don't think you did either. Hawthorn versus the Crows. Sharky already touched a little, not on the game, but a little bit on Hawthorn. So not too much to talk about here, but your man in your Supercoach draft, Dylan Moore, had
Unreal.
a ripper.
God, it's so good listening. When I was driving in my car and I knew Moore was having a good game, and you know it's good when you see him at the top of fan footy.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yes, because you know, like sometimes you're like, oh, how much is he going to score? I don't know. But if he's at the top of all his players on his team, you're like,
he's having a good game.
he's having a good game.
Yeah.
And he kicked one, and I was like, oh. When Dylan Moore kicks goals,
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Moore scores good.
Yes.
And when he doesn't kick goals, he doesn't always score good. But when he does, and then I'm in the car on the radio and I hear Dylan Moore for 4. I'm like, oi! And I had heard I think it was JB. He was like talking about how good it rhymes and something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ended up going for 5. Just unreal. 27 touches as well.
Yes, he just had an absolute game. He smoked, and I didn't watch the game, so I don't know where he played. But if he played in the midfield more, I want to see that. And I think we saw it so much last year that he played in the midfield last year.
Unreal.
And when he plays in the midfield, he's just really good.
But I feel like he's so much more influential as a high half forward when he's like even without Supercoach. Like if you just get rid of Super, because he doesn't score as well. Sharky, if you go on to DFS and look at his CBAs.
I'll just pull up my hand.
Oh, okay, sweet.
He only went to 3 centre bounces.
Yeah, he was kind of like that high half forward, but then kind of run out, but kind of like the 5 roll or the 6 roll.
Like 8, no, not even 8 touches. He had about 6 touches in the defensive half. Bless you.
Cheers.
He had about 8 touches, 6 touches in the defensive half. But I love seeing him get so high, because when Dylan Moore is having not even 27, but 20 touches and 3 or 4 goals, you know Hawthorn's going well because he's
true.
one of their better players.
Yep. And he normally doesn't kick a goal in those low-scoring games that they're losing, which is why he's not always a consistent Supercoach player, is because you know that if they're having a bad day, he's not kicking goals and he's normally not racking up as much, but he's still influential. But it doesn't show up on the Supercoach board. But if they have the day like they had on this day, unreal.
And then a bloke whose season is over. What are you laughing at?
I'm just thinking of Chris. It's hard not to think. You gotta talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get into that, definitely. But
So a bloke whose season is over. It was over in the first quarter, but somehow he managed to play one of the great second halves with the AC joint done shoulder, is Matt Crouch. Finished with 35 touches. But yeah, so he did his shoulder in the first quarter.
68% time on ground.
But yeah, he went absolutely crazy in that second. I think, but yeah, I'll pull it up, mate. But you talk while I pull it up.
35 touches, 7 tackles, 7 clearances on 68% time on ground. And it genuinely felt like this bloke was never on the field. Like, that entire first half, I was like, where is he? And then I'm looking, he's like, oh, he's got 13 touches, 14 touches. I'm like, okay.
21 touches and 6 tackles in that second half with a dud shoulder.
Unreal. Absolutely unreal in that second half. Probably the only bloke that really put it up to him from Adelaide's perspective.
And this was, so we'll touch on what Sharky was just talking about, which Will can tell us, but I'll give you a little context. Most people knew it was quite stated that he'd done his shoulder.
Yep.
The game, it happened. I saw it on Instagram.
Yep.
During the game that day. I knew that it happened. Majority of people knew what happened, and then
we had talked about the jab. The commentators had talked about the jab. Oh, I remember the commentators, but like after the game, it was talked about. It was posted. It was well known. It wasn't one of those ones where you'd have to go looking for it. Even though, just a bit of advice for everyone listening out there: if you want to make a Supercoach trade in your draft league, do some research on the player, because everyone wants to fuck you. Even if they're your mate, you're a good bloke. No one wants to lose. Everyone wants to win. And even if they don't mean to fuck you, you might still end up getting fucked.
Yeah, it just happens.
And so basically our mate Chris, he's gone, you know what? I like this trade between Bacon, and that is a trade between Matt Crouch and Christian Petrarca. Already a shit ass trade, I think.
Not a very good trade. Because
Even-
Crouch has 35, but they're the most shocking 35 touches anyway.
Yeah, like 35 with 20 handballs and sometimes not even going to the bloke all
Yeah.
the time, So already a bad trade. Petrarca can turn it on whenever he likes at any given time. So he's made that trade and Crouch is out for the rest of the season. So this bloke has done no research on Crouch, absolutely none, and hasn't heard about the injury either. And he's just gone, yeah, fuck it. And even more stupid is the fact that he won't even reverse the trade.
No, I'm a man.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my word. I made that trade when it happened. I've got to keep it now. Well, no. And you know what else? Do we think?
This is what I was
Do we
thinking.
think that Bacon knew that Matt Crouch was injured?
Surely he knew.
Bacon knew. There's not a chance on the planet that... Because I don't think Chris would have gone to Bacon and said, hey, can I have Matt Crouch?
Yeah.
Bacon would have gone, hey, do you want Matt Crouch?
Yeah.
He's saying he didn't know anyway and he's happy to give it back, which I'm happy about that give it back part. But he knew.
You have to
100% he knew.
It was
Bacon is the
everywhere.
most up-to-date football watcher I know. Like, he's on Twitter and X and everything
And I
every
believe,
second.
I think Crouch is in his classic team as well. Not sure if still, but I think he's in his classic team. So I'm with you. He knew because it's just not something you don't. Yeah, he knew, and then
I reckon he knew that after it went public, he had to it seemed like that good bloke kind of,
yeah.
I had no idea, but I'm happy to reverse. It's like,
I think Chris
Come
decided
on.
to be a man and
now Chris is fucked. Chris is getting the pancakes.
he's going to the pancake parlor. And the funny thing is, sidetracking here, but he has to eat the pancakes. But what I think no one has realized yet is you're eating the pancakes. But I don't think money wise,
And
that is
Chris,
something people haven't realized.
dude, Chris is not one to go out and just fucking lavish himself in 24 pancakes. Well, he would from the fat stance, but
Yeah.
definitely not from the money stance. Probably, I'd say second stingiest in the friend group. Yeah, second.
No,
stingiest.
sorry, second. Yes,
stingiest.
yeah.
Second stingiest.
Yeah, second. Yeah, second.
Second stingiest.
Second, yeah. Yeah, I just don't think the money.
We all
the
know who's
money
first,
was
Mr. Pride.
sitting all quiet over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think it's like what $6 for a pancake. If he's eating like 12 or
$6
14,
for a pancake.
mate, they're expensive.
All right.
I genuinely reckon he spent 100 plus over there
Yep.
because
And that's if he wants to go quick. Mr. Busy Bloke.
yes, Mr. Oh, I have everything to do. It got yeah. What do we got? $144. How many was that to eat?
24.
24. So he's not eating 24, but do 12 because he's 12 hours
Probably
there.
like $70.
Yeah, so he's probably not going to be there for 12 hours, but
No, I don't think he would spend 12 hours there. though.
do 16, I reckon. Do 16.
8 hours? I don't think
Yeah,
he stayed
so it's
there
about
for 8
100.
hours.
But no, but are you telling me you're eating 16 pancakes though in 8
Dude,
hours?
8 hours, that's a full shift.
But you're not eating 16 pancakes in that long. I've spoken
Yeah, I
to a lot
probably
of
would.
people about this. I love this conversation.
Same, and
I'm happy to bring it to the podcast.
I'm with you as well. So all right, bit of context. We haven't talked about this. Whoever finishes at the bottom of our fantasy, like our AFL, fantasy draft, they either have to do full-time TikToks for a month, like I'm talking a post a day,
Yep.
or they have to go to Pancake Parlor, and we've got a 24-hour one near us, and they have to spend 24 hours in Pancake Parlor, but for every pancake they buy and eat, they get an hour off. So it's either you're going through agony for 24 hours or you're just going through agony for a month,
Yeah.
basically. Basically, it's basically pancakes or death because no one's picking the
I don't think it
TikToks.
is. Oh, would you? That's my question actually. What would you do?
Oh, pancakes. For
Okay,
I
okay.
reckon I'd have a ball at the pancake.
That's
You
what
wouldn't
I-
spend the cash though.
No,
reckon
but
it's
I.
just that you just sit there and you get shit done. I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, boo.
No, but I would be this. I'd eat. I would genuinely.
I
be
don't
there.
know if they would let.
3 meals.
I don't know if they would let you sit there for 24 hours.
I'd sit there for 12, not maybe 12. I'd sit there for about 16 hours.
Do you reckon they would let you sit there for 16
If
hours?
you're consistently buying, that's a pancake every half an hour.
True.
If you're consistently buying, I think they would. You would get a lot done.
I'm downing 6 pancakes. Bang
No,
off the start.
you're not. I don't think you're.
That's the whole problem.
I don't think you are.
I think if I'm ordering them at least. Because let's
But
be
then,
honest,
but then
right?
they're cold.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Maple syrup makes everything better. But we're allowed toilet breaks, right?
Yeah.
I'm shitting it all out. Oh, can I tacky?
I mean, yeah, if you really wanted to.
And you're not going to lose at this rate.
So yeah, no, based on first on the ladder. I don't mean to brag or anything. I'm not on the but I like thinking about if I was.
Us three are safe. I'd say we're very
I
safe.
think I'm still in it.
No, you're safe.
Nah,
Mate,
you're
you're
pretty
fine.
safe. Chrissy's fucked. So, anyways,
It can go down.
No, you're.
Strip at the
Mate,
vibes.
you have to lose four games. The chance of you losing 4 games in like 8 weeks is impossible.
I only need 5, 6 more.
Was-
The rest of
The chances of you losing 4 and
This isn't footy related.
Well, it kind of
This
is.
the draft.
no, we're talking about it. But I'm just saying you have to lose. How many weeks? 6 weeks are left. Is that what you're saying?
it's only 6 weeks.
Well, because
Well,
finals.
finals don't matter. The cup.
But 6 weeks. If that means you have to lose like 4, and everyone else has to win them. The odds of that happening is basically impossible.
Who's he playing though? It depends.
You're fine.
It's so true. It's like
fine.
anyone could have a spike week. Anyone could go down.
I just don't like to think that like.
But that was our little. That's our little.
But this goes back to the fact that Chris is absolutely fucked now.
Yeah.
Chris is on for the pancakes and he's traded Petrarca for Matt Crouch, which has just absolutely cooked him, and he won't take it back. And Bacon's got. Well, I'm first on the ladder, but he's got the best team in the competition, basically.
I think he's ahead by 800 points, which is basically a round.
It's down to 300 now. After last week, I think I got 200 points on him.
Sorry.
Yeah, 800 points is a
Just
bit of a drag.
Huh.
Oh, you got Bolton
Yeah, that's my
on
team.
the field.
It's my team.
Oh yeah, it's Chaos. But yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Bacon does not need Petrarca.
Yeah.
And Chris really fucking does.
Yeah, Chris is an idiot. But as always, Chris is always an idiot, and we move on.
Yep.
On to the Saints versus the Eagles in a very boring game of football.
Yeah,
I can
shit.
admit that when St Kilda plays a game, it's a very boring game of football. You don't really want to watch the game, but I have to sit there and have to watch it because I go for the Saints. And I
Even
didn't watch the
worse
first
after the
half.
tag.
Oh,
At least Harley
well,
Reid put
yeah.
some spark into it.
No, well, I
For the-
mean,
for the
I don't.
Eagles, I
Oh,
mean.
yeah, I don't want to see Harley Reid play
Yeah,
well.
obviously.
So, I was pretty content with him having a.
Did we
shit
talk
second
about our
half.
tips for the other for the
We
Pies versus
didn't
Dogs?
actually. The Pies versus the Dogs. I tipped the Dogs, I believe. We need you to start recording them for us.
Yeah, so
Sharky.
we'll get Sharky to record them.
Yeah.
I'll go off my phone ones. I tip Pies, so I got that one wrong as well.
I don't do tips, so
And yeah, well, so you just go off who you
Yeah.
thought. And then Hawks versus Crows.
we tipped the Crows.
We
just
tipped
to
the
piss off
Crows.
Sharky.
Yeah, so
Look how that went.
Calm
well,
down.
he's moved up from 12th to 10th.
And then I tipped the Saints, and you tipped the Eagles.
Yeah, I tipped the Eagles and probably could have gone either way, but
Yeah.
Saints were just the better team in the end.
I think Jack Steele had an absolute game. He had the game that I want to Jack. Like the game that Jack Steele had is the game of football I want Jack Steele to be playing.
Yep,
17 or 18 touches, 15 tackles,
unreal.
14 out of his 17 touches, 14 of them were contested. I think he had about 4 or 5. He had 6 clearances as well. Yeah, the game that he had is the game that I want him to play.
Gives me a very big Matt Rouse stat line kind of thing.
Then he was just crying. And we saw that Andrew Gaff tackle right at the end of the game where they ran into each other. And what was it? I think it was you that said you just know it's a good tackle when you just sorry.
No, that was Sharky, yeah.
When you just give him the microphone. Let him talk.
I'm back on the mic. Look at me go. It's a good tackle, you know, when there's a vibration in between them. They just go. They kind of go numb, and then you just see the shockwave go through their body.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they don't know what's going on in that moment. Like they cannot control their body. You just see the physics go through them, and then I don't even know how to describe it. Like a shockwave almost.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the way that Jack Steele played the game.
Go ahead, mate.
And yeah, we'll talk to you. You can talk about this game.
You want to take it off me? You can keep it on.
What were your thoughts in the fact that obviously Mason, not Mason, Max King went out with injury. Mason Wood got put into the forward line. I have my thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts from it there, Sharky. What were your thoughts on that move?
Listen, I think it was a good move.
Yep. Why's that?
You watched the game.
I did watch the game. I think it was a good move.
You trying to look for the move?
I am trying to look for
He's
the
up
move.
the top.
Oh,
the very
well,
top,
let's just
55.
start off there with 4 goals. It's a great move. It's got you the win. 22 touches. That's incredible. He had the
Dylan
most
Moore
fantasy.
stats.
That is Dylan Moore stats. Dylan Moore had 1 more though, so let's just remember that.
But yeah, I just think I'm a Max King hater. We all know that. Sharky knows I'm a Max King hater. I go on about it every week.
Oh yeah, you hate Max King.
And why do I hate Max
He needs to
King?
lead at the ball.
Yes, exactly. But what did Mason Wood do?
He led at the ball.
Exactly. Oh, even this man understands it.
You complain about St Kilda so much. I could probably talk about what you want them to do the most out of all the clubs. Will just wants to get some free kicks paid and have the injuries fixed.
Yeah, I just fucking hate football.
But yeah, I mean, Mason Wood went there and he looked electric. He was leading for the ball. He was just taking marks. He looked great. And that's enough about St Kilda for this week because I don't actually have much to talk on.
Who on earth was playing on the wing?
When Mason Wood went there, we have so many players that can play on. Like, you got Darcy
But we
Wilson.
didn't see them. Like, remember when we saw?
Yeah.
I asked you. I was like, who is playing on the wing right now?
Oh, I'd assume I can give you. I know Seb Ross was playing on the wing.
Did Hunter Clark? go on
Hunter
the wing?
Clark would have, and Darcy Wilson.
Was that his first game this year?
Who?
Hunter Clark.
Yeah, I think it might have been. He might have played last week actually.
Yeah, right.
But we have just so many players that are just like can try to just play anywhere that's kind of shit. And they're not. Yeah, but
We already spoke about that
yes.
last week with the Riley Bonner.
I mean,
Mars and Jack
Bonner
Steele.
probably played on the wing a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't touch it in
Didn't
the
touch it
second
at
half.
all after the first quarter.
But yeah, I was happy with St Kilda's win. Nothing too special. We move on to next week against Gold Coast. Yeah, that was all right.
Coast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you play
We
him
play
next week.
Gold
Sorry, I thought we were talking about the next game.
Oh no. Saints play Gold Coast next week, so we'll move on from there. And then your boys versus the Cats down at the Cattery, which was I think a very good show for you guys.
Yeah, I hate it, but I love it. I've said I think I don't know if I said this to you personally or if I said this on the podcast, but I love it because we show some grit and we really put it out there that we're a competitive side and that we can probably win that game if we weren't so young and we could hold it. It's like the Hawthorn all over again. But I hate it because it gives me hope thinking that we can win. Whereas in other rounds, it's I love it because it's like my day's not ruined because we're losing by hundreds, whatever. But I hate it because we're losing by hundreds, so we're even worse. But I hate and I love the hope. But
enough.
really good show from the boys. Far out, like it was. Like, it wasn't just a good first half. Like, that as in the game when we were competitive, that was, like, cool. This was, like, we were better than them in the first half by a landslide until, like, the very end of the quarter.
I think in that it blew out in that fourth quarter. Just and I said a bit, but, as a young team, you're lacking in that spot. But I think that that game, from where you are compared to North Melbourne, I think that is the best game. That is the best game. If that was North Melbourne, that's the best game they've played in the last 4 years.
Yeah, easily.
Like that because you didn't even it wasn't like a North Melbourne that you did that against, and then like it was against Geelong, and obviously Geelong hasn't been that good like recently, but they are a top 8 team. It was down in Geelong, the travel, so I give full respect. I don't you didn't get the 4 points, but you have the 4 points in mind.
Yeah, and that's what I'm happy with.
It's such a respect type of thing.
Like you look at it and you see in that it's a 3-point game at 3/4 time, and you see in that last quarter, they kick 4 goals and we kick 0. It's such a young side thing to do. You just run out of gas at a home court where they've got the momentum. It makes sense, but I'm really happy with my boys. I feel like I can't cop shit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Richmond can't cop shit, especially now with that performance. We can obviously cop shit for the Bulldogs game and the Brisbane game because those were like, yeah, you've got injuries, but you're showing no heart.
Mm-hmm.
This game, I feel like we really showed that we can compete. So I was happy. We lost by 30, but it didn't feel like a 13-point loss.
I think there was a lot of respect gained.
And that is where the question comes in. Problems for the Cats.
Yeah,
Cats should be
Question
blowing
mark.
us out there
Yeah.
by a ridiculous amount. Where did they go from here?
I didn't watch too much of the game, so I can't actually comment that much on it. However, I think it hurts them genuinely that they don't have Paddy Dangerfield playing because he's not gonna have an unbelievable game. But I think having such a key veteran player is so undermined that you need that. Like, you look at Hawthorn, they're playing good football. You know, I said Will Day, it's looking good. But you got Luke Bruce and Jack Gunston down there who are helping them, like, just to mentor the players, to help them in that situation. And I just feel Geelong don't have that at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where Tom Stewart, where he's just not playing good football, but I feel like he's almost there. Even Tom Hawkins is not playing good football. Like, they're veteran players that need to be showing leadership aren't doing that. And Paddy Dangerfield will always show that leadership. If he has 10 touches or he has 30 touches. I think that's where they start. There's no Paddy Dangerfield. I think it hurts. And I question, they're third on the ladder. Are they third on the ladder?
Yeah.
How? I don't know.
Well,
they won.
They were 7 and
technically.
zip.
That's what I mean. In my head, I've just gone there third on the ladder.
Yeah.
But they almost lost to Rich. Like, I literally don't see them winning that
Almost
4
went-
points.
4 losses.
Yeah.
5 losses in a row.
So I
But I genuinely,
question how good they are.
I see them losing the next 2 games and maybe even the third, depending on
Yeah.
how Essendon play in the next 2 weeks. I could see them losing 3 out of 3 of the games.
They win round 17.
Yeah, they definitely don't lose that 4th one.
Against Hawthorn, they win that. But yeah, like,
I don't see them coming close to Sydney. I don't see them coming close to Carlton after that at the G. Like, those first 7 rounds, it was like they can beat anyone, anywhere, at any time.
I tell you what, that Geelong Essendon game, we said at the start, it's week by week how good a team is. I think that game could genuinely be
Yeah,
who
of
is
teams.
who is who.
That's so true.
Because it's 2 weeks' time, so they might drop a little bit, might rise, whatnot. And then I think we'll see Saturday prime time, 7:30. That'll be a ripper game.
That'll be huge because that's like if Geelong lose those next 2, which is very much possible,
Yeah.
this is where you bring it back, or you're not in the top 4, maybe not even in the top 8, depending on how they go against Hawthorn and who they play after that. And this is Essendon. Maybe if they can come back after 2 bad weeks,
Yeah.
and win that against Geelong. There's only one way to find
They
out.
might
but
reset in the bye, though. That might help them a little bit.
That's
I
true.
think the bye always helps team. Although, actually, no. Geelong have like one of the worst records against the bye, don't they?
No idea.
No, they do.
Well, Sharky knows. So.
Let's research it. I want to find out.
But also, I feel like they're not losing. They're losing. They're missing Paddy Dangerfield, but
Oh, they're not missing much.
I feel like their midfield is just not a good. Their just midfield is not good. If Richmond's midfield can bring it up to you, it's like, geez.
Yeah, 3 and 7 in the last 10 years they've gone post the bye. But it's not even post the bye the 1 week. It's the 3 weeks after that. Is that 3 weeks after the bye that they've just had a shocking run.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, they have some shocking runs after the bye. So that's something we'll have to wait and find out about if they continue that form.
Jeez, that's no good. Imagine, it would make sense. Like a big loss to Sydney,
Yeah.
and then you're straight into your bye, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
But
Then on to probably somehow it was an irrelevant game. I think it was supposed to be a good game, but it turned into a very irrelevant game. Was the D's versus Freo. Now, apparently, speaking to a listener, we did both tip Melbourne. However, I don't know why I did, because I went throughout the whole weekend telling everyone Freo's going to win, Freo's going to win.
Oh, really?
And where it really matters, I've said that Melbourne's going to win. So I'll have to hold it. I'm going to stick firm that I said Melbourne would win. But
Well, I remember I said that Melbourne was going to win because they've got, I'm pretty sure, a really good record at Alice Springs.
no, see, that was my reason for not. They have a horrible
Oh, really?
run. Yeah. Also, I
Oh.
was telling Lockie, I said to him, I said, Freo are going to win. I said to my mum does her tips,
Swear
and
they,
I tell her.
absolutely whacked someone last year up there.
No, they lost to GWS up there last year in the rain.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have a shocking run at Alice Springs. But in that first 5 minutes, I thought they were going to kill him.
Yeah.
In that first 5 minutes, Jack Viney ran down the wing, took 3 bounces, and hit Max Gawn. And Max Gawn went back and kicked a goal. And I just went, if Max Gawn's kicking a goal and Viney's running down the wing taking bounces, Freo are in for a shock.
Yep.
This could be I thought it was going the other way.
Yeah.
And then something swung after that first 5 minutes. And Freo just went and had a lot of fun.
Oh, my God. And just way to show absolutely no heart at all, Melbourne. Far out. Like, that was, you should not be losing by 100 points. You're a top 4 side. Even when a whacking for Melbourne would be losing by 25 to Freo. That's a whacking.
Yeah.
For a top 4 side like Melbourne. 100 points is a Richmond kind of loss, a North kind of loss. Ridiculous stuff. I think Freo did really good making. They used Luke Jackson and Sean Darcy perfectly against Gawn.
That was the best that those two have played with each other. Because Darcy was the bull that hurt Gawn. And then when Jackson went in there, he kind of, it sounds weird, caressed it. He made it happen.
It was so true. It was like, I was watching Sean Darcy there, and he was bodying the absolute shit out of Gawn, playing unreal. And it was like, might not win them all, but God, you're really putting him down on his ass. And that's when Luke Jackson can just come in and focus on just winning the taps.
However, straight from contest, Darcy had 6 goals. Was the reason for 6 goals. Didn't kick 6 goals. But from the contest of his hit out when he was in the ruck, Freo kicked kicked 6 goals and Jackson only had the 1.
Yeah.
So it shows that Darcy is a better ruckman. I think we know that.
Yeah, we know that. I think he played a little bit more ruck.
He played more ruck.
Yeah.
But 6 versus 1 isn't too much. That he didn't you know what I mean? Yes.
Yeah, Sean. He's definitely the better.
He's the better ruckman. But yeah, I think they just were used really well, and in the way that Darcy kind of just bullied Gawn, and I think Gawn was Melbourne's best player, and he had a shocker.
I think it's hard as well because we talk about those games where it's like you play against St Kilda, it's Rowan Marshall goes off, Gawn goes off. Gawn goes off, Rowan Marshall goes off. And then you can put in your Van Rooyen and who didn't play this week.
Yeah.
And, who else, I don't know, Max King in the ruck or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this one was like Sean Darcy goes off, Gawn goes off, and now it's Luke Jackson versus Harry Petty. It's like, ooh. You're getting destroyed, mate. You don't stand a chance.
Because Jackson's a tier 1 ruckman.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the benefit of having, and obviously it comes with its negatives, but that's one of the benefits that it has where it's like a lot of teams will have their tier 1 ruckman and then maybe a tier 2 ruckman.
Yeah.
Whereas Melbourne have a tier 1 ruckman and a tier 4 ruckman.
Yeah.
Harrison Petty's not a ruckman. He's going to get absolutely destroyed. But yeah, that's the best I've seen Freo use Luke Jackson and Sean Darcy.
Yeah. They were used very well. And then into the last game, which was a pretty good game as well, was the Suns versus the Dons. Now, you love the Suns, but you didn't tip them.
I do love the Suns. Did we tip them in the podcast?
Well, I don't think I did it. I don't think I wouldn't not have.
I don't think I would have tipped Essendon. I genuinely think I made those tips a long
tell
time ago.
Tell
on my
everyone
phone.
how you went in your tips.
I didn't win a tip on my phone. on my phone tips, I did not win a tip. I don't know. We're gonna look back at it, and we might post the clip on Instagram. Just have a look. We'll go back and look at the footage and see how we went in the tips. But on my phone, I did not win a single tip. Like unreal stuff,
Oh, that's pretty funny.
which I think is more impressive than winning every tip. I don't know how you would You'd have to deliberately try. I don't
Yeah.
think you could deliberately try.
No, it's just accidental.
Yeah,
it just shows that
genuinely.
you could have easily got 7 out of 7 instead of 0
Yeah,
out of 7.
exactly. That's the thing. I just picked the wrong pick for
Yeah.
every single one. But I don't know. I don't see myself tipping against Gold Coast in Gold Coast
Yeah.
after I said that Essendon were frauds as well.
Well, touching on Essendon, but they're frauds.
Yeah.
Respect gain, respect lost, same.
I more thought it was just a great game from Gold Coast.
Yeah, I think there was Essendon is just like, all right, well, you did well. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like, I think that fourth quarter actually helped them quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because it was starting to balloon out a little bit. I mean, it was 21 points at 3/4 time, and I was assuming Gold Coast were going to run away with it, but they
Yeah.
didn't really. And Essendon made it really hard. But when the game was there to be won, a bloke by Matt Real and Noah Anderson just dominated the ball out of the midfield.
Their midfield was insane.
Like their midfield's so good.
Their midfield's so good, but then last week their midfield was so bad.
I think
I
they
just don't
all have to
understand.
be firing.
Yeah, it's so true. And because you saw last week, Noah Anderson tagged, and then Matt Rowett defensive. No, that's not going to work. It's
Yeah.
two defensive midfielders now. And then you've just got Took. Whereas this time, you've got Matt Rowett getting 26 touches and Noah Anderson getting 33.
Yeah.
It's like, wowza.
I think Matt Rea's been known so much as the player who only has 20 touches, 15 tackles,
Yep.
so much contested ball. But
Yeah.
I like seeing him. He had the 8 clearances. That's numbers I want to see.
Yeah.
And I think it was earlier this year. He broke a record. Was it clearances? He
Yeah,
broke the record for? Yeah.
His record, yeah.
I think when he's having that many clearances is pretty good. Like I think they should almost switch a little bit because I think Matt Real is just so good. Like the way he just runs out of that midfield, almost like what Dacos was doing.
Yeah.
I think, and when the game was there to be won in that last 10 minutes, that fourth quarter, they were just running goals out of there. And then Ben Long, he had an absolute game as well.
Yeah.
4 goals. King had 4 as well. Lukosius had 2.
So even before that 4-goal haul, he's looked good all year.
Yes.
Like, you always see when a good forward is a good forward. You know what I mean? He might not always kick them, but he's in the correct spot every single time. He might be setting them up. And that's what I feel like I've seen from Ben Long week after week this year.
I did like the move of Nick Cox to the forward line, though.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
Like, not that I don't like Nick Cox as a player, but like I
Switch it up.
enjoyed seeing something different.
Yep.
And you had to do that because what's it, Nick? Is it Nick Bryan? That's his
Nick
name.
Bryan, that was
he
the
was
ruckman.
Yeah, he was getting really dominating that midfield. He was struggling around the ground,
Yeah.
and
He
Peter
started off
Wright.
all right.
No, he did all right. It was when it was around the
He
ground.
wrapped it up in the first quarter. Yeah, anyways, keep going.
And Peter Wright went in there, and I think it was good to get Peter Wright in there. So then they put
Yeah.
Cox forward. And
what
I
did
think
Cox kick? Did he kick a goal?
he kicked 3, I think.
Oh, he did kick 3.
3. And
His first one was a pretty
two of
lucky
the-
goal.
2 of them came in the fourth quarter when it really mattered.
Yeah, that first goal that
Yeah,
he
the first
kicked
goal,
was
yeah.
like he was in the middle of the 50, and it was just like an
Yeah.
absolute bomb up the ball.
So yeah, I think that they got I think the magnets were moved pretty well, but I think Gold Coast. I see a lot of Richmond, and you'll like this. I see a lot of Richmond in Gold Coast. If I'm being honest, I see Rioli from
Yeah.
Flanders and from Sexton. I see Rewalt in King, the way that he hunts the ball, and it's not, and like this is what I want to see Max King do, but Ben King attacks the ball once it hits the ground. He's not just get the ball, and that's what Jack Rewalt did as well. He wasn't just a marking presence. The ball hit the ground, he'd still go for it.
Yeah.
Ben Long, your Jason Castagna, your Butler,
Yeah.
the blokes that aren't typically known, but they just get the job done.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you've got your Bailey
Dangerous.
Humphreys, like, and then you just
your Kane
but
Lamberts,
the one thing that they have that Richmond didn't have, and I don't know how you're gonna feel about me saying this is, but they have the midfield. They have the midfield.
I mean, I agree with you if you're talking maybe during the season, But if you put our finals midfield up against,
Oh, you can't say that because they haven't played finals yet.
but that's what I mean. I think Dustin Martin and Trent Cotchin in the midfield.
Oh no, I mean no, but I'm just
And
what Hardwick has to
Prestia.
play with
Oh,
is
it's way
better.
better.
Is
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than what he
yeah,
has
yeah.
at Richmond because he has apart from Trent Cotchin and Dustin Martin, all-time greats. They'll become Hall of Famers, whatever. Prestia probably will not become a Hall of Famer, but what Hardwick has to deal with, he has Hall of Famers in that mid. Like you got Jared Woods, maybe not so, but as a pure midfielders, you've got Anderson, Rao, who are going to be all-time greats.
Took Miller should have won a Brownlow.
Should have won a Brownlow, and he just gets so undermined by how good they are. And he's just got Flanders to work with. I think I love the Gold Coast, to be honest. I wish I went for Gold Coast.
Yeah, I've loved Gold Coast
love
for a
Gold
long
Coast.
time.
Yeah.
I've always wanted them to see them in a grand final. I like them a little bit less because of what Dimmer did to me, but I still love them and I want to see. Yeah, look how they've come up is just unreal. And I agree with you. I think when you're just looking from like an all-star midfield,
Raw talent.
100%, a lot better than Richmond. Obviously, like Matt Rowell, Norrie Anderson, and Took Miller all high draft picks, which you didn't really have from Richmond, but I completely agree.
Yeah, you can't compare a team that won 3 premierships to a team that hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but I do say they've got. I agree with the forward line. I agree with the midfield. Their backs are good.
Yes, yeah.
But they are not there yet.
Oh, yeah, no.
If you compare to their forward line and their midfield, I think you've got problems in Collins. You've got problems in Holman, shutting down certain players. You've got Mac Andrew playing some unreal football, but can he play week in, week out?
Yeah.
Sexton, Powell, what happens with them? Uwu Land, can he be consistent? But yeah, they've got the pieces to be a finals team. They've got the pieces for a grand final.
Yeah, they
easily.
They have the pieces for a dynasty.
And you've got picks, man.
They've got Jed Walter as well. I forgot about him.
Yeah, and when he if he can have like a Cadman kind of sprout next year, he'll be unreal. And I just looked, Nick Bryan in the first quarter had 8 disposals.
Yeah, he had a very good.
8 disposals, 2 tackles, and it doesn't say how many hitouts he had in the first quarter, but like far out. Not bad for your first game.
Yes,
in like what? Is
His
he
first
played
game
a game?
for the year.
Yeah, for the whole year. And just slow down.
He's. I think he'll leave as well. I think he'll be.
Oh yeah, he should be playing.
He's one of
football.
those blokes where you're like mid-season trade.
Mid-season trade, yeah. That's the thing. There's so many. There's mid-season draft, but you can't pick up someone from a mid-season draft that's playing VFL on an AFL list.
Yeah.
And I think if you find someone like a, like a Sexton or Charlie Constable,
Yes.
who was just stuck on AFL
and just
should
didn't
be
play.
playing AFL,
Yeah.
and just end up retiring because of it. I wonder if Dimmer would have given him a go.
Oh, I think he would have.
Yeah.
I think because Dimmer came in and he gave. I think he was almost for that first 8 or so weeks was just like give everyone a go.
Yeah.
See what everyone can do.
Yeah.
And then now he's starting to, like we saw he put Lukosius in the back line, and then he admitted himself. He went, Lukosius is in the backman. I'm putting him back in the forward line. He went and kicked 5 goals. So I think he was just moving the mark minutes around, just doing all this stuff. I think he would get comfortable again.
Stewie Doo almost fully screwed it up. Like if I reckon if Stewie Doo was there for one more year, Flanders is gone. They're pieces that didn't get tried out until he left. They're going, what are you doing, mate?
I don't know. He's just looking at me.
I found my drink bottle.
Did you lose it?
I didn't know.
He lost his drink bottle. It was right behind him.
Yeah. Anyways.
End of the football stuff, and on to the Willy Wonkers, are we?
Yeah, we are too. I'll be quick here, quick sharp. It wasn't too much this week, but it was already touched on, and the first one is Melbourne. Jesus Christ, how wonky could you get? 100-point loss to Fremantle, and just some really poor efforts. We forgot the slippery slide sound effects.
You said we're going Willy Wonkers, and then you just went off.
You probably could have just gone in the background, but
Yeah.
that's all right. Melbourne, yeah. Chuck you on there. Really need to reevaluate yourself. Goodwin, maybe go play chess or something. I don't know. Next up, you've got Jai Miss just throwing the ball away. I don't know if you've seen this clip. We might be able to put some vision up for you, but there's a ball that gets kicked right to him in the goal square. And keep in mind, there's a player there.
Yes.
Like, normally you see those ones like,
Yeah.
you want to be a good bloke. There's no player there. They might be running to you. You just give the handball off.
Yeah.
Was
Not
it
when Judd
Walters? Was
McVie.
it- Oh, yeah.
Judd McVie is
Walters?
like.
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
team.
Maybe Walters was the one
Yeah, I
who
think
was
it was
handballing
Walters,
to.
might have
Yeah.
been, yeah.
Judd McVee's standing right there, man. Like, he's not going to just let you handball the ball. Like, the play's not finished. And then he doesn't even get the handball off. He
Yeah,
just
no, he
throws
throws
it. So that was pretty funny.
Good stuff from Judd McVie. Didn't give up until the play was done. So I
Yeah.
think that was probably one positive that they had for the game.
Yeah. Surely a little bit confused as well. Like, what's this bloke doing?
So Jai Miss should have had 5 dollars, I think, actually.
Yeah, should have. But it's sometimes trying to be too selfless ends up being more selfish
Yes.
and screwing up the entire thing. Because now no one gets to kick a goal.
Yeah.
Next up was, and the final one, which was hilarious. And I don't know if everyone has seen this because you might have watched the footy, you might not have listened to the commentary, or you might listen to a different commentary. But that's Joel Selwood just just absolutely screwing up the commentary and having a stroke on air, genuinely having a stroke. I don't know what he was doing. Did you say that? You saw that?
I did. Well, yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I did see it. Yeah.
And just far out. That was wonky, but in the brain. That was like one of those ones.
Couldn't spit it out. He had like, I feel like I have him quite a bit. I have these moments
Yeah.
where I can't spit a word out, but he was worse than that.
But-
He genuinely couldn't say a word for about 15 seconds.
It was so funny though because he kept trying. Like if he had just stopped for a second,
Reset.
reevaluated, and just gone link it up real good, but instead he just went location, link it up. But you just dragged it on way too long, Selwood. But
I think
maybe,
he sucks as a commentator, to be
he's
honest.
so not good.
He's one of those blokes that's just like there for the money, but just should not be there.
And we're starting to see the influx of our generation
Yeah.
players coming into commentary, and it's just no
No,
good.
you shouldn't be
And
there.
sometimes I think it's Kane Corn speaking because he kind of sounds like him a little bit, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah,
Anyways,
I just,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna go
it's
too
so
far into it,
annoying.
but, I feel like the Lakeisha Lakashis kind of sums it up for us. I reckon if you just kept him on like the panel board, like afterwards, you've got a script and you're like,
Yep.
you know how the
Or
like the
just leave him
halftime
for like
review?
the on the ground commentary.
Yeah, those are
So
good.
he only speaks like Sharky.
Yeah, yeah. This guy does look like he's injured. I think they're about to make the sub.
I'd love to get you a ground level. It would be so funny.
Doing it at your local footy would be if there was give me the mic.
I reckon there needs to be more genuine like production teams at local footy matches.
It'd be so funny.
But like not with like people that are getting paid. You just like pull 3 people out of the crowd that you know are gonna are like gonna talk well. Not like feral, like they're just gonna be like
What the
people
fuck?
like
Yeah.
people you know that are gonna talk like I can't even people that would be on the sidelines commentating anyway. Like I see Keon doing it sometimes and is muttering to himself like this guy's the ball now, this guy like he's doing it while we're watching the footy. That but with local footy. And then just put a bit of and then just have the bloke next to him have a bit of excitement. And then you just have like someone like a bit left of centre, like next to the bench, like I don't know what's going on. It'd just make watching footy like
I think the other funny part of it would be that, like, if you're a fan, you don't know at local footy, you don't know who the other players are of the other team. So it's like you go for this, so I'll be like, oh, go Sharky, get the ball, yeah, Sharky. But then the other bloke, you'd be like, what the fuck's this fat guy doing? Like, what the fuck, and you're just like hating on him.
What you do? You go one spectator that follows one
Oh,
team,
there
and
would
the
be
other spectator that goes for the
brawls.
other, and then everyone knows everyone.
Doesn't know what's going on in between.
Yeah, someone that keeps the peace, someone that keeps the
No,
peace.
they're yelling at each other, and this person's like,
Yeah, because then you would have a because you look right. as much as it is cool that they might stream you on a Facebook Live, these commentators have no idea what number or name you are. I've heard my name about 37 times about 50 different blokes, and they've gone, here it comes, number 3, and it's not me. Number 3 isn't me, and they've just named it out every time. So if you grab people that, hey, this bloke knows every single player on the team, this bloke knows every single player on the other team, it's like, that's 50. No, it's not. Fuck you.
And then you're gonna get a couple beers in them as well.
Yes, it'd be perfect.
Oh, that would be so good.
But yeah, I feel like I like that call from you, Shaq.
It's a free idea for something.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do it. We should
Nothing but.
invent. We
Just
should
go-
get down to some. Let's get. If we
Set
can,
up a table
mate, you
so
ready?
people just think we're like a full broadcasting service.
If we can get more listeners and people, we will go to games and commentate.
Comment.
You'll make out when this calls.
Comment down below your footy game on the local weekend. We'll bring out a fold-out table and we will absolutely ferally talk about your team. We're gonna learn some names though.
Rip into people.
Oh, no,
No,
but
it's
then,
even
but then
funny if
we'd
you don't
be
know.
then those blokes. 34, he looks alright.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here.
Whose dad are you?
You're gonna tell me something like we're going to the seniors game, so the Reese's is still there. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna tell us about the seniors.
I
it's
think
good,
that there's something to touch there.
Like that a lot, actually.
Can we get my stinger?
Oh,
Oh my god.
we cannot get your stinger, mate.
That's the wrong one.
He's playing the wrong
We
sound.
didn't even use that.
Which one do we use?
Okay. Well, this is just. This is. Wow. This
This is the take the take to the bank here now.
Kids is take to the bank. So, what do we have on the? I feel like I went like.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's go again.
He wants to play it now.
So we got kids is take to the bank. I thought you messed it up again. So I think I went quite 50-50 on each of these because I said Harley Ream will have the best game he's ever had. And he had a pretty good first half. Probably wasn't the best first half he's had, but if it continued,
Not 19 touches in the first half or something.
I'll take it. He had
Yeah.
the best first half he's ever had.
I'd say so.
He was on fire, and then he got tagged, obviously. But yeah, so I think I went 50 on
That's
that.
half
50,
half.
50%.
That's half half.
And then I said Essendon would put in their place, back in their place. They weren't put in their place. They did lose. So that one's like,
50-50
I'd
as
say I
well.
lose it. I would say maybe more 40-60. I lost it.
I don't know. I feel like, well, that is the first game they've lost since like round 2 or something.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah.
first game they've lost in a month. I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of put into place. We got to think about the Essendon fans' egos.
Yeah, that is true.
They were very unhappy with this loss.
Yeah.
I'd say 50-50.
All right, I'll
Because
take
it
it.
wasn't like a belting, but they did lose.
Now I was looking. There's not much to work with this week, so I've gone with another one for the season.
A season
This
one.
is a season one,
Yeah.
and I can see you reading it right now.
I'm reading. I read one word and I'm starting to think, is it one or the other? And I'm starting to think about it.
I do not think Collingwood make finals. That's my kisses take to the bank.
Wow.
An outrageous one.
I like it.
But Collingwood will not make finals. And you're giving me that look right now.
It's
But you wait. You wait till they are not in that 8.
it's more. It's God. It's the best reality I could think of. But will it happen?
Yeah,
They just are so undermanned.
they're so injury prone.
And if they drop a few games and they fall into like
Let's see their
11th or
schedule.
12th.
Let's see their schedule, Sharky. We'll wait another 5 minutes for that.
You just asked.
But
It's
yeah.
been there for about an hour and a half.
Why have you gone to the year? Collingwood.
Oh,
Nah, that's
God.
all right. So coming up, they've got Melbourne at the G. I'd say they win that purely because Melbourne just lost by 100
Yeah.
points to bloody.
No, but does Melbourne
Freo.
come out and like kill you?
Yeah, does Goodwin make them chuck on the boots, during training? North, they'll blow them out. Gold Coast again
Lot.
in Gold Coast. Do you reckon they beat Gold Coast?
No.
I reckon Gold Coast win
Yeah.
that. Collingwood against Essendon. This could be another one. It's like, this is
Yeah.
what gives you the rating.
So, well, who do you reckon wins that?
Essendon and
Or is that a
Gold.
50-50, you reckon?
I reckon that's a 50-50 kind of one.
So, 50-50. Next one, Collingwood versus Geelong.
If they're still injury prone, Geelong wins that.
Yep. Hawthorn versus Collingwood. I think it's a bit hard to tell Hawthorn.
Yeah,
that
I
far
don't know
in.
about all that. I have to see them.
I'll give Collingwood the win for that.
Yeah, they'll beat
Give Collingwood
Richmond.
the win for Richmond. A loss against Carlton.
Yeah, loss against Sydney.
Sydney.
Loss against Brisbane.
You reckon?
Oh, everyone will be back. They'll
Yeah.
probably beat them.
And then they play Melbourne one last time in round 4.
I think Melbourne at the end of the season will be very good.
They've got 4 definite wins, we're saying.
Yeah.
That's 16 points. And the rest are all, some might swing one way, some might swing the other.
Yeah.
But they've got, like, they don't have an easy, they don't play North Melbourne again, do they? We
They
didn't say
do.
North, did they? No,
Oh,
they
they
don't.
only play 'em once.
Oh, yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, they play 'em once.
North Melbourne, Richmond later on the season, do they have a few people
Yeah,
back?
so their 4 wins are from 2 of the bottom 2 sides.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to make finals. I'm saying it.
I like it. I think before you flip your shit, Collingwood fans, just know that it is injury wise.
Yes.
If you take a healthy Collingwood,
Oh,
they're
they
definitely
won the grand final.
They're a top 4
Yes.
team. But you know, coming from a Richmond fan, I know all about the
Yeah.
injuries, mate, and you know you're severely undermanned. So
And then for this round, it is the first time we're seeing the Mackay brothers line off each other, unless something happens in the next 4 days or however long till the game. But I think Harry will kick. Harry will kick 4 and Ben,
really,
because I don't rate Ben. If I'm being honest, I don't rate Ben at
Really?
all. I mean, King kicked 4 on him and dominated him on the weekend. I don't really rate not Ben King. I don't rate Ben Mackay, and I think Harry Mackay's having a pretty good season. I'm going to see him, and they'll play on each other as well. And they had a media day today, actually. They were
well, who
talking.
plays on Charlie then?
Laverde, I think.
Really?
Nah, too big.
Yeah.
So,
Laverty?
Yeah, Laverde.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I reckon he's going to kick 4. Kick 4 on his own brother,
Wow.
and have a bit to say to him as well.
Yeah. Okay. God, it must be so awkward playing against your brother.
Oh, it'd be so fun. And like, how often do we see him like properly playing with each other?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Like,
you don't like normally like if they're like midfielders, they don't really play on each other, or they're at the same club as well, so you don't see it that much.
that's true.
Like who are brothers? Like I know there's some out there.
Brayshaw, they're not
Or like
brothers.
the
They're
Berry
cousins.
brothers, like the Berry brothers, but they don't.
Yeah.
Need, they're always like half out of their teams.
That's true.
Whereas these are consistent blokes.
Yeah. There's one player that's a Coleman medalist and the other one that's on the highest paid
highest paid.
contract so far in the AFL. So
And then on to our Wills. Where's your wallet?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
oh, here we are. Wills, where's your wallet? We got a good one this week.
I like these ones.
I'm excited because you've got 2 good ones and nothing else happened and just a funny one at the end. So we're starting off with Harley Reid, 2-match ban. I don't want to go into this because we've already spoken about it. But I will say that this is definitely a 2-week ban.
Yep.
Forget what you know about Harley Reid. Pretend it's Jai Cully. Think of it as, Caleb Smith, Marlon Pickett. If Marlon Pickett did that, I reckon he would have got 6 weeks. Yeah, Bont, if Bont had done that, he would have got another 4 weeks as well. If
Yeah.
Dacos did it, doesn't matter who done it. But Harley Reid, 2 weeks, that is a fair one. He loses the Rising Star and bang, cop that. And not only that, but he's copped 2 fines in the game for knocking over the umpire twice in one game. So not only you've lost 2 weeks worth of pay plus matches, you've also lost $6,000 to knocking over umpires. And I wonder if, because he challenged the 2-week ban, does that mean he's challenged the other 2? Which means he can't even get the early play anymore for the other 2.
I don't think. I think he just takes the money for those. I don't think he.
No, as
challenges.
in, you know how there's, if you give an early plea You get a
Yeah.
discount.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see how that works. We'll get back to you on that one. But Harley, unfortunate round. Copped a tag, didn't do much in the second half, and got suspended 2 weeks. So
Yep.
terrible second half. Probably goes back to Melbourne. Yeah. And then next up is Sam Darcy, the 2 Rising Star favourites. He's copped 2 weeks. Unreal bump. I
loved it.
Absolutely loved it. And not just because it's Brazzy,
Yeah.
just because if you're saying what is he, a 3rd-year player, but like this is the first real year he's
Yeah.
played, and he's putting shit out like that, just put him absolutely out. And that sets the tone. You know, we hate these boys. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll give it to them. And we'll give it to your hardest bloke as
Yep.
well. So I love that from Sam Darcy. But, 2-week vacay, go up to Noosa. Go wherever you like. Phillip Island. We'll see you up there. Liam Duggan. This is hilarious. You're thinking Liam Duggan, he didn't get suspended. No, he didn't. He got a tripping fine again. Guess who else got a bloody tripping fine last week? Well, no, it wasn't last week, but for the second time, it was who was it? Was it a Hoff?
Yeah.
So,
Last week.
Last week, Hoff got a tripping fine for the second offence.
Was this Duggan's second offence?
No, this was Duggan's
Ah.
first.
They love a little trip on the
But
West
far
Coast.
out, why do the West Coast players keep tripping people over? I wonder if that's why they're just secretly tripping everyone over and no one's really noticing, so they're getting the first front foot on everyone. But I just thought that was hilarious seeing another West Coast player getting fined for tripping someone
Yeah.
over, which just seems like such a ridiculous thing. But those are my where's your wallet? So I'll happily take that cash from you boys.
Very nice.
Great cash jam this weekend, I reckon.
It is. You're making a bit of fair
I'm
money.
making cash. Boy, Liam Duggan, West Coast boys, keep tripping
You
people
keep-
over. They love finding you for it. I'm sure there'd be way more trips as well.
Oh yeah.
You're just on the radar now, though.
Well, yeah, I wonder, do people go like? Do they have people go back and watch? Like, I wonder how they pick those up. Because
Maybe
the
umpire
umpire,
report.
no, but the umpires, you hear the umpires do it. I
Yeah,
mean, you
true.
don't hear about
Bench
it.
umpires maybe on the game at
Yeah,
the
maybe.
emergencies.
I reckon like someone watches the game. They
Yeah.
like look for this type of stuff.
I definitely see that. Next up, we've got the Sharkies game. So,
We need a name for this.
yeah, Shark got a name. I'll give him the mic now.
You two share mine.
We'll give a bit of a cuddle.
Yeah, you guys are nice and close. Okay, that's on my screen. The first one. Sorry, I'm on a new setup. You gotta hold up, mic down. Discuss some stuff.
Well, again, we'll discuss the nothing but footy player of the week.
Yep.
We spoke about him. A pretty obvious one, I'd
Yeah.
assume.
I think I didn't understand it at the start.
Yeah.
got it in the end.
You understand what I was talking about now?
I played it off pretty all right though. It gives a couple more examples, but yeah, that's Bontempelli. Unreal week, 38 touches and a goal. Was it a goal? He kicked a goal, didn't he? He kicked 2 goals. So 38 touches, 2 goals. Really showed the nothing but footy player spirit. So well done, Bont.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Bontempelli. We are in shit. We gotta
Okay.
be one of the worst podcasts out
No,
there.
we're ready.
See,
We're
you're
ready.
entertaining though, I reckon. I reckon we've had a bit
No,
more.
we're good. We're good. Okay,
Alright.
let's go. Bam. It's your own names. Go.
Charlie Constable.
I actually don't know who it is. You have to keep going though.
Oh my god.
No, you have to keep going. Keep
It's
going.
not Charlie Constable because he went from Geelong to Gold Coast.
See, you've already answered your own question. Doesn't that make you
What do you
feel
mean we're
better?
gonna keep going?
Keep going.
What do you mean keep going?
Oh no, it'll just click in.
Okay. So it's we got tell Gold Coast to Geelong.
Bose? Jack Bose.
Oh, that could actually be.
Oh,
it.
I think
a
that's
good one.
it.
Well,
let me check.
We'll know if it's not.
Oh yeah. Oh, wrong one.
What
Oh
are you
my
doing?
God.
No, it's because of this Mac.
Oh, it's Bose. Yeah,
And the-
right.
and the
You're
catch. Next one.
Dan Hanbury. Oh, he doesn't play anymore.
Sydney to St Kilda. Tim Membry. Hang on, Tim Membry.
Oh, we talked about it last week.
Is it actually?
Hold
Imagine
up,
it is.
wait, I'm checking.
He's got no idea.
Oh my god.
It's because the new if we stayed in one spot for more than 2 days, we'd be fine.
Do you want to
talk about
speak
it.
about keeping
Oh
the spot?
my days, this is horrific. I don't even get paid, and I have to put up with this.
It's not that hard to use a computer.
I'll give you a frozen Coke.
Do you not work for an IT company?
Okay, let's not discuss that.
We'll name the company. Leave a bad review. Say you had a terrible review with Sharky.
God, what is going on?
It's not that hard.
I would say it's Zach Jones.
Oh my god, this is just we're in shambles.
Well, look what's happened. Something's clearly up because it's just put the thing in front of the other thing.
Who made
was it
this?
supposed to be in front of the
Because
other
look what's happened. It's disappearing. Something's going on.
Oh, it's all right.
It's your
Don't skip
fault.
too far. All right, next one.
Essendon
D'Ambrosio.
Hawthorn. You didn't say your name.
You got it.
Oh no, I want a question. You didn't say his name.
Oh, he
God,
doesn't-
no one. Will gets that one. Will hasn't got one, I think, all year.
He just got one.
I got one right before.
Another successful week.
I ruined it.
Another successful week.
God.
Is that it?
That we usually do 3.
That is the worst one I think we've ever done.
The setup is hard. I'm on 2 different laptops.
That was a lot easier though. I
You
think.
have to press a button on one
Oh,
laptop.
no, it is way harder.
And also,
No. Let's break down into it. Number one, I have to make sure that I project it onto the right screen without having, because I've got 2. I'm not duplicating
did you
it.
not have tested that before you?
Can you not just?
How am I meant to test it
Can you
when
not
you guys
just-
are in the same room?
Wait, no, wait. Hold up. Can you not just have this and then have the name on your phone or a list or remember the player?
On the notes. We did it 10 minutes before the potty, so
You should be able to just remember the player though.
I have to go through that many statistics.
What? I don't think you showed us statistics. You click on filter for disposals.
I'm not copying this. This is ridiculous.
So who won for Zach Jones? We both got it wrong.
Will, you win this week? You're not giving me as much attitude. It's
Well,
serious.
Taylor's won all the other ones. Thanks, Sharky. Well done, Sharky's game. Woo!
God, we might have to
So
find another producer at this stage.
we're moving on.
So Bontempelli was the Nothing But Footy player. What is going on here? All right.
Why have we got 5 different teams up now?
Oh my, all right, forget about this. And the Kizz's undercover night. Oh my god. Okay. I think this guy actually played a ripping game.
Do you have to celebrate good time? Come on.
Sam Zuzowski. Oh no. I said
Swasuski.
his name right.
Basically, he spelled his name and said his name completely wrong. It's like it looks like Souvlaki on the fucking screen.
Sam Swisskowski. Oh my god.
Switkowski.
Swisskowski. Oh, I can't say it.
Switkowski.
Switkowski. Yep.
Yeah,
Sam
there we go.
Switkowski.
Yeah.
Had how many goals did he kick?
What? No, it didn't, mate. We're checking our own
God.
stats
I think he had
now.
2 goals and 27 touches.
27.
I believe he had.
Not
He
bad.
had a fair bit. He had a
1
goal
goal
and 25. Ripping game. Played that half high forward role really well.
He was racking up in
When
the
way
third, I
unnoticed.
swear.
Everyone was talking about Ryan and Clark and Hayden Young. But yeah, no one was really talking about Sam. Yes, congratulations, Sam. Have a ripping game.
Go flap. Check it out.
I'm not going to say your last name because I'm going to butcher again. So we will send you over your prize.
You can have the Fremantle, the Tassie sticker.
Oh yeah, that's what we might do.
You have the envelope.
Tassie sticker over to you. Where is it?
Yeah.
Sam,
There you go,
we'll send this over to Perth,
That's all
or we
yours,
might
mate.
come see you when you play in Melbourne
Do you
next
reckon
time.
AFL players are founding members of the Devils?
Like, do you reckon like someone like Colby McKercher,
Yeah.
like a
Like just
Tassie
spent
bloke?
$10 on it, like
Yeah.
just cause.
I think. Surely
I'd
you're
reckon.
supporting. You're supporting.
Well, did you hear about
club.
Tom Green? He was at Bonds 1,000.
Bonds 1,000?
But he's 1,000.
Yeah, that was actually pretty funny.
He ran on the field. He was
Yeah.
right next to him,
And then he shit himself because he thought he was going to get in trouble.
which is fair enough. But I think that wraps
It does.
us up.
This shithole of an episode
Bit of a
is
chaos
over.
one, but I reckon we did all right for the first. No one really tunes in at the end of these anyway.
No.
So
Well, this is why you.
Can put a code word or something for someone to comment if they actually stay to the
If you watched the entire episode, comment shark. That's the
Shark?
code word.
The
Shark.
code word. What's the code word entail? Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
It
Nothing
doesn't
yet.
mean anything. Just if you watch this entire episode, comment shark.
So thank you very much for listening. We'll have another episode out next week, and follow the socials.
Leave us some questions if you'd like.
We'd love some questions, please.
Yeah, something different.
We don't have to deal with Sharky.
Might have to give Sharky the questions, but he probably
less-
spelled them wrong on the thing.
The less he has to talk, the better we go. So thank you very much, and we will talk to you guys next week.
So,